All right, we're here with Chase today from Underground Jiu Jitsu. He's going to talk to him about his Jiu Jitsu journey, how he started, and just really how he thinks about things. So he's going to start off with, how did you start Jiu Jitsu? Tell me about your journey and how you ended up in this gym here.
How did I start? Kind of a long story.
Okay, let's do it. We got time.
My old job, I used to work overnight at Whole Foods.
Okay.
Some of the boys, we would go out on the weekends and like play football or whatever.
Okay.
That evolved into boys, let's throw some hands. So,
that happens with young guys. How old were you at this time?
What was it? Shit. 20, maybe 21?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
20, let's go. Yeah.
So we were throwing hitting pads, whatever. And then from there, they're like, one of the guys, Skyler, he's a good homie. You know him.
Yep.
Yeah. Skyler was like, you guys want to do groundwork? So just rolling in the grass, getting it in. Like, I didn't know what I was doing, but you know,
right.
It was fun. But then one day, like a couple weeks through, he's like, wow, I'm tired of being itchy. Like, come to this spot.
Yeah, grass is pretty rough.
So he said, come down here, like, come check it out. These guys are sick. He let me borrow a gi, and then, yeah, I came here and I was hooked, bro.
Okay, so you guys are scrapping in the grass, and then for those of you that don't know, this place is like, it's hidden, and you walk up this rickety staircase, and it's like this loft made of like plywood and like pallet racks. What did you think? You're walking in here, and it's like, where are you taking me, dude?
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I was like, bro, this is sick. Like, my favorite movie, or I don't know, one of my favorite movies is like Tokyo Drift. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, bro, I'm walking in Han's garage right now, bro. Because Tang's got the Mustang down there.
Yep. Bro.
Ton's got his Lincoln. Like, bro,
They got the best toys here.
sick, bro. And then we're up here rolling. Like, this is a club.
The music's going, everyone's up here.
And everybody's cool.
And you started during, like right kind of at the tail end of COVID.
Yeah.
These mats were packed back then because a lot of gyms were closed. So what did you think? You walk in and it's like, what, black belt severe, like all this upper rank, it's packed. There was no room to roll back then. What was your like first couple impressions of showing up?
I was like, shit. I was getting my ass licked, bro. I was like, fuck. I was catching cracks. But you know, I showed up. I was like, bro, Skyler introduced me. Like, I'm gonna do it for him. Like, Tang and Twan, they don't gotta do this. I'm gonna do it for them.
Right.
Like, you know, I'm gonna support and stick it out. And they took the time to teach me.
Okay.
And so it's like, yeah, and I just kind of fell in love with the sport.
At some point, you're like addicted. You're into it. You've competed a couple times.
Yeah.
What got you into competing? What made you like, oh, I want to go out there and actually try this out?
I don't know. I see these guys compete first and foremost. I don't know if it's on the camera, but they got the.
They got some belts.
They got the medals. They got the belt.
Tang got a really good competition record.
Yeah. So I mean that was sick, and you know you got to represent.
So what was your first tournament?
My first tournament, I was kind of gung ho. I did it like 2 or like 3 months after I started. I don't know. It's just like time and I just say, bro, whatever. Like,
okay.
Just, like send it and.
How'd that go?
I honestly, like, I might have the wrong state of mind, but I was just like, I'm just not gonna get tapped. That's it. And so I accomplished that goal. Okay. I lost some points, but I was like, bro, I didn't get tapped. And like, bro, for 2 months, this is good.
That's good. I think jumping in the fire early, you get like instant feedback. Because in the gym, it's not always like, you know, guys don't always show up comp ready. They show up, they're here to like just hang out or like just getting some reps and exercise, and then like comp mode, like everyone's trying to murder you.
Yeah, I don't know if I was ready for the strength because we don't train 100% like that. You know, we focus a little bit more on technique here. So that was definitely a big difference.
What did you change from your first one to your second one? How long between competitions was it for you?
Maybe it took like nine months. So once I was like about a year in, I went to the next one.
And what was the difference then between the first one and the second one?
I think just confident, or like I knew what I was doing.
Okay.
So it's like I had a couple moves and I'm like, yeah, I know I can lock this one down. Like,
had a game plan.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
And I had like, you know, I started after getting beat up so much. I started to build like a game from the bottom, so it's like, yeah, I can escape, I can know how to submit from here. So it was that too, like, okay, I kind of told myself like, I can go for the top, but I know like I can fall back on this game plan from the bottom if I have to. So.
Having like a game plan, but like a backup just in case is always good. Like we want to play our A game, but something like, if I don't, like, something I can back up on. And then since then, so about a year training, you've been training for a little over 3 years now?
Yeah.
How many more competitions have you gotten
I did one more like right after I turned blue belt.
Okay. When was that?
That was a Nago one. It was super long ago.
Okay.
But yeah, that one gung ho again because Bro, like you know how we train, like
Right.
watch everything. So I'm like, come on, like expert
it,
no
got
gi,
it, let's
bro.
go.
Went straight to the top.
You went expert no gi.
Yeah.
That's the top bracket in Naga.
Yup.
Who'd you end up? Do you remember who you ended up playing against?
I know one is Carter's boy, Tanner.
Okay.
Because he came and trained here too.
Oh,
he's
Tanner's
super good. Yeah,
Tanner's
he's good, bro.
Yeah, Tanner's really good.
So I know one was him, and then there was another boy. I think they're in the same gym.
Okay. Oh, from Kauai.
Yeah.
Okay. How'd those go?
I lost.
Tanner's good.
He's good.
I've seen him scrap. Like he's a scrap. He goes for it. He's always going after the
And
submission.
he ate it, bro. It's like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I got this, and then he just never talked. I was like, oh, bro, this guy. He ate
Right
it, and
on.
he ended up getting me. I'm like, oh, so props to him.
Yeah, I think jumping into like right from the beginning, jumping to competition or like fighting up. I think that's a really admirable trait because you're not worried about the wins or the losses. You're worried about the experience. But when you feel like right away, you feel like what is like Tanner's like he's good.
Yeah.
Right. If I can see him at 100%, like okay, now what do I actually? I get instant feedback. What do I work on? Where's my weakness? What am I not doing right? When you see guys that like they fight in the same bracket over and over, and I'm like, you don't control your belt, but you do control like the expert, intermediate, advanced. Like maybe fight up one, maybe fight up one. You didn't go to the expert, but like go from intermediate to advanced and test yourself and see where it's at. I think the only time that's acceptable is when you're already a black belt and you can't go up anymore. Like,
Yeah,
oh, this is
yeah.
what it is, right? Like, oh, I want to keep winning world championships. I keep entering. Well, shift gears a little bit. What other hobbies do you have besides jiu-jitsu?
I surf.
Okay.
Yeah, so I've been going. That's usually like my weekend thing. So I got
Okay.
jiu-jitsu in the week, and then weekends are for surf.
How do you think the things you brought over from surfing, how do you think that contributed to your jiu-jitsu and how you learned it?
I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know. There's a lot of
Or just like carryover skills or stuff like that?
yeah, balance. Oh, I think the number one thing, because everybody knows when you surf, you gotta stay calm. Like,
Yeah.
right, you get beat, you just gotta stay calm, let it do its thing, and you'll pop up. Like, when you're on the bottom, you're getting smashed, just, breathe slow, don't freak out, you don't gotta spaz, like,
Yep.
stay there, like, think, and you can make a plan to get out.
Yeah. Both of those things, I think there's a lot of correlation. It is that. It's you have to be in the moment. When someone's trying to choke you, you can't think about like, oh, what we're gonna do for dinner? Like, oh, I'm stressed out about work. Like when you wipe out on a wave, like, oh, what's going on? It can't be like, oh yeah, what are we gonna do later on today? It's like, no, I gotta get out of this wave, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's a great carryover skill is staying calm under pressure, and you can translate that into many other aspects of life. What do you do as a career? Because you're not a full-time jiu-jitsu athlete. What do you do as a career?
Shoes, Nandy.
Thank you.
I work in IT. Okay. So yeah, I do like computers at Pearl Harbor.
How long you been doing that?
5 months now.
5 months?
Just about 5 months.
You enjoy it?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
it's
a
chilling.
full
I'm
career
chilling.
thing. It's something you're like, yeah, I'm gonna do this for a while.
Yeah, bro. It's way nicer than private sector for sure.
How did you get into that?
That's a long story too, bro. I don't know. It started a long time ago. I used to sell timeshare,
Okay.
and I don't know. I work next to an Expedia guy. So,
All right.
I mean, he would sell a tour, and then I'd come in and be like, "Let me take $100 off. Come see my tour."
Right.
He used to work IT. Expedia was his part-time job. He said, "Bro, get your sec. I'm making 80K over here." He's like, "All you need is this one certification, and you get your foot in the door. That's it." And so, I dilly-dallied a little bit, but I always kept that in the back of my head. And then one day I was just like, all right, like it's time to focus up.
How long to get a certification? Or what certification was it?
It was a CompTIA Sec Plus.
Okay.
Yeah, it was easy, bro.
Like time frame wise, what do you think? How long take?
When I really buckled down and started studying, like 3 months. Yeah.
3 months.
So I would say if anybody's trying to get it, book your exam so that you have that deadline. So that you're really, because if you don't have the deadline, you'll be like, oh, I'll get to it. You have that deadline, it's like, all right, this is coming, I got it.
Put some pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
A little bit of pressure is good.
Yeah.
That's good. So you took that certification. College graduate? Yes, no?
I got an associate.
So did you need that for the job you're in? Not at all?
Nah.
They just wanted the certification?
They just wanted the cert. I
So
put it
you-
on LinkedIn and they started coming. They started
Really?
Yeah.
So you could be like 18 years old, fresh out of high school, like let me get some certs. I'm gonna start off at a job
Pretty
making
much.
80K? Is that what it was?
I'm not making
Not-
that
not quite
much,
that, okay.
But it's enough that I got a mortgage now. So
Hey, congratulations.
Yeah, like
Hey, having a mortgage in Hawaii means like you're moving in the right direction because it's expensive here. It is so expensive here. So congratulations on that. So new job, new place, new belt. Any other plans for the future?
Shoot, I don't know, man. I'm chilling. I'm gonna chill a little bit, soak it up. We're gonna keep pushing. Yeah, there are always new job offers coming through.
Right. We'll bring it back to Jiu Jitsu a little bit. Who do you think are your biggest inspirations for grappling for Jiu Jitsu?
For sure, I watch a lot of YouTube.
Okay.
So, the B Team, Craig Jones.
That's a good shout out.
That's one of my favorite guys to watch, and they're funny. Like they're entertaining, funny. But they got some good Jiu Jitsu.
Yeah.
So I watch a lot of them.
Okay.
Andre Galval.
Okay.
I've been ever since CJI happened. I've been watching a lot of like Jones Leary or what's his name?
Levi. That guard is crazy.
That was crazy.
Crazy.
So I've been focusing on my K guard like ever since that happened. Like,
okay, so your assessment as a jiu-jitsu athlete, who won that match? Levi and Cade. Who won?
Honestly, well, okay, I'm biased because I like to play the bottom guard.
Okay.
And that so it matches my game, and I'm like, he was frustrating him so hard. I don't think he got like a bunch of he got through, but he didn't get clean passes over and over. Like, sure, he was applying the pressure, but he was frustrated, bro. Like, I think I would have gave it.
It was so close. I think you could have pushed either way. It could have been this guy. It could have been that guy.
It definitely was.
And depending on who you talked to, I think it really like, I like guard or I like top. Like they kind of lean in that direction.
Yeah.
I've watched that match probably 7 times, and every time I watch it, I'm like, I don't know, man. I have no clue. But yeah, Levi's guard is crazy. It's so good.
It's crazy. But I gotta say too, the match before that, the semifinal, that one
with with Tackett.
Yeah.
Oh, that match was on fire.
That match was on fire, bro.
That was probably the match of that tournament.
Yeah.
It was so crazy.
For sure.
Yeah. That one was good. I haven't watched that as much as the Levi and Cade.
Yeah.
Probably watched that 3 times, but that thing was nonstop action. Yeah. I think as competitors, especially in formats like that where everyone's watching, like being exciting is so much more valuable. I mean, obviously you want to win, but it's so much more valuable. We're still talking about Tackett. Like, I want to see him fight. I want to see him fight again. Like, guys, I want to see Tackett though. Like, what's he doing? That's cool. Do you pattern your game after anybody, or do you kind of take pieces from everyone?
I think I've been taking pieces from everybody. I think what I kind of do is like, I'll see a move and replay it just 100 times. What is he doing? What is he grabbing? What is he making sure he's putting pressure on? And that one move, I'll bring it to practice and I'll try it. And then if I can pull it off on like, I'm not being mean, but I'm gonna practice on the white belts first.
Your drilling partners, they don't know?
Your drill partner, they don't really know. So it's like, I'm pull it off on them first. Okay, this is working. Then go up, see what coaches do. How does it work on coach? And if I can get like, if I can pull it off with a high probability, I'm gonna adopt this to my game.
Yeah.
And then it's the next one. And I think I'm trying to blend together what are the most high probability moves, not necessarily like the most like fancy stuff.
Right.
But I just want like simple, high probability, and kind of a formula.
That's a very, very efficient way of learning. Like what works against the best black belts, what works against the pro grapplers. I want to copy those moves, right? And it's like, I'm going to take it, and you're coming to practice with a plan. It's very deliberate. That's going to accelerate your learning. Rolling with you, and you're like, I've only been rolling 3 years. Like, are you sure, man? Are you sure? Like, that's not like someone that rolls 3 years. But there's a big difference between showing up to class and like, I'm just going to be here, whatever we're going over, versus like, I'm going to learn this today. I'm going to refine this technique today. So good on you. Do you think that's something you picked up by yourself from just learning, or is it something that you learned when you started jiu-jitsu? Maybe you stole it from somebody else or heard someone say that.
I think it might be a little bit of both. Like, at first I didn't know what I was doing, and I think they kind of pushed me. So like, we got good coaches, Tang and Twan.
You do have good coaches.
They pushed me to get better, but like I was also feeling like, I think what made me realize was, okay, I'm always on the bottom, or someone can get side control, but I can always get back to half guard. So how can I improve this half guard, to get back on top, to submit somebody, or like to get me in a better position. And so I think that's how it started, was like I was watching bottom half guard videos only, and then I started recognizing, okay, this is kind of the path to go on.
Good. training the positions that you're in the most, like increasing the probability, right? You've seen the movie Moneyball, right? Where they're like, it's just probability, it's just probability. There's a lot of that in jiu-jitsu, and you're like, it doesn't need to be the flashy moves, it needs to be the effective moves. I think that's going to take you very far in jiu-jitsu. So good job with that.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you would like to talk about?
Not necessarily.
No? Well, I appreciate your time. We're gonna just kind of wrap this up. You want to shout out your like socials or your gym or anything like that?
I mean, yeah, shout out Underground. We got the camera over here.
Yeah.
Shout out Tang and Twan. And
yes, sir.
Shout out Scholar. Thanks for getting me into this, bro.
All right. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you.